We throw Senate estimates around all the time, but
for people who don't know what Senate estimates is, it's a parliamentary hearing in Canberra, happens regularly, where senators get the chance to ask the government ministers and their departmental staff to explain anything that's a line item in the budget for that department. So they honed in on Scott Cam being the National Trades Ambassador, and they found out that he was getting paid $345,000 for this 15-month gig. That's all it lasts, 15 months as the National Careers Ambassador. And we are 5 months through that gig.
So instead of going quantity like thousands and thousands of classrooms with pretty mediocre education, we've tried to have fewer classrooms but high level of education because we need the change makers.
Judith, you're about to study agribusiness once you've finished your community service. Tell me a little bit about why you've chosen that area to study.
First, I was inspired by the school farm. We do have a school farm in one of our campus. So the school farm used to be producing cucumbers, tomatoes, vegetables. So seeing how it was being managed, from planting and all the harvest, it really got
The world's most recognized news services.
Deutsche Welle. This is DW News from Berlin.
CNN from the CNN Center.
The BBC from the UK. NPR News from America.
Our global partners. The definitive standard of international journalism. On air, online, and on the ABC Listen app. We are Australia's ABC News Radio.
Steve Chase with you on your All News Network. And as we've been leading with in our news updates, the local share market is performing quite strongly now after initially dipping overnight. That was in response to a plunge on Wall Street, which declined by almost 8% this morning to 23,851. But our market has been rallying, and the ASX 200 at the moment is up nearly 1.7% to 5,856 points. The All Ordinaries is on 5,915. That's up 1.6%. In our region, the Hang Seng Index in Hong Kong is down about 43 points. The Shanghai Composite is down about 1%. The price of gold...
Off the handicaps. 8 is something burning, $5 into $3.70, and 9 Weeman Trouble, $2.90 in from $3.10. So they're taking on the favourite 4 Miller Park Magic, coming up with numbers 8 and 9. They're at the start now, and our first race is due in 3 minutes' time.
At Devonport, number 5, Ryan Keeping, $5.130. 3, Levi, $7.10, and number 6, Fairy Tale Rock, $3.90. Quinella, $68.70. The exacta, $63.50. The trifecta, $1,404.60. And the first 4, 5, 3, 6, and 1. Hardaway Zoe, $1,485.80. That's Devonport on race number 3.
Day, and we'll have another report from Mandy in Israel.
Vision National News. Balanced news you can trust.
In this bulletin, a New South Wales MP shining a spotlight on fire-affected areas, a small earthquake in WA, and a look at illicit drug numbers. With more, I'm Gareth Stafford. New South Wales MP Andrew Constance says he's not going to let anyone be forgotten as communities try to recover from the bushfire season. Mr Constance says he's heard from a federal minister money intended for bushfire relief is instead going to be diverted to dealing with the coronavirus outbreak. He says the whole regional economy is collapsing.
Look at this. Your patriotism as well.
Meanwhile, Italy has banned public gatherings and restricted travel as the coronavirus grips the country. The death toll in Italy has jumped to 463, the worst hit country after China. The BBC's Mark Lowen has the latest.
The virus is outpacing attempts to control it. Italy, all of it, is now under the most severe restrictions since the Second World War. Public transport will still run, but the Prime Minister has told people to stay at home except for urgent need. Schools and universities are closed until early April. All sports matches are cancelled. Italy is now a laboratory for how to stop this virus. All medical staff leave has been cancelled.
The state government has unveiled its 5-point plan to tackle youth crime across Queensland.
$15 million is being injected.
Of people as awesome as you are, the new Nick Invincibility, every Friday from 1 p.m. in association with the Cerebral Palsy League Queensland. It's the show dedicated to empowering the disability community.
Your voice, your music, your story.
Invincibility.
You shall know.
China's currency would become a global currency, rivaling the US dollar, were now over. The US dollar is the currency of the world, he said. In China, they talked about being a reserve currency and being the ultimate destination for world investment. But no one talks of the Chinese yuan becoming a reserve currency anymore. And being a destination for manufacturing is also questionable. This coronavirus crisis wrong-foots them. It sets them back. It may bring into question just how potentially powerful they might become. Mr. Fisher said China's increasing personal controls and its move to control the Uyghur Muslims in Western China will also making it more difficult for Western companies to invest in China. This is another factor which will probably slow down the desire to be located and build things up in China, he said. And that was...
गुजिया की मिठास हो, एक बात खास हो, सबके दिल में प्यार हो, आपको और आपके परिवार को होली की मुबारकबाद हो। जी हाँ दोस्तों, होली का सेलिब्रेशन चल रहा है आपके शो मस्तानी हिट्स में और आप सबके घरों में, आप सबके दिलों में। हम यही उम्मीद करते हैं कि आपका वक्त, आपका हर एक मोमेंट यादगार बने। गिले शिकवे कहीं है किसी से तो वो दूर हो जाए, एक बार फिर से आप गले मिल जाए, गालों पे गुलाल और मुंह में गुजिया की मिठास से आप